Welcome back to Friends with Benefits Car Club, the place where we talk cars, chaos, and all the drama that comes with them. And I'm Ayo, your guide through the madness. Today, Mercedes is refusing to let go of its glorious V8s and V12s, because why kill the soul of driving if you don't have to? Meanwhile, an EV CEO just tapped out after a decade, probably exhausted from trying to make charging stations as common as gas pumps. Mini is hitting pause on EV production in the UK, proving once again that industry uncertainty is just a fancy way of saying we have no idea what's going on either. On top of that, the Alpine A110 is taking its final lap with a farewell edition. Trump is looking to slap a 25% tariff on EU cars, because why not make fun imports even more expensive? A Cybertruck driver decided to settle a traffic dispute with his fist, and in the biggest plot twist no one saw coming, Musk loves government money when it benefits him. Buckle up, this one's going to be good. In an era where everyone is desperately trying to cram a battery pack into anything with wheels, Mercedes is out here saying, nah, we're good. The German luxury giant has made it clear that they're not about to let go of their beloved V8s and V12s just yet. Yes, while the industry is rushing towards electric everything, Mercedes is still holding on to internal combustion like a boomer clutching their landline phone. And honestly, respect. Their AMG lineup has long been known for producing some of the best sounding and most absurdly powerful engines on the planet. The idea of a future where an S-Class doesn't have a silky V12 or an AMG doesn't shake the pavement with a bi-turbo V8, that's just depressing. The move comes as brands like Ferrari, Aston Martin, and even Bentley are finding ways to keep their big engines alive, often with the help of hybrid technology. Mercedes, of course, is also sprinkling in some electric wizardry to make their powertrains more efficient, but they're not quite ready to put their iconic engines on the endangered species list just yet. The real question is, how long can they hold out? With emissions regulations getting tighter than a supercar suspension settings, eventually even the mighty Mercedes might have to fold. But for now, V8 and V12 lovers can breathe a sigh of relief. Your AMG soundtrack isn't going anywhere just yet. After more than a decade at the wheel, another high-profile EV CEO has decided to call it quits. And honestly, can you blame them? Running an electric car company in 2025 is like being a contestant on Survivor, except instead of a tropical island, you're stuck in a world of supply chain nightmares, charging infrastructure debates, and Tesla constantly moving the goalposts. While the official statement is probably some boilerplate about spending more time with family or exploring new opportunities, you already know the real reason. Running an EV brand right now is exhausting. Between trying to convince the public that range anxiety is a myth and fending off increasingly aggressive regulations, it's no wonder CEOs are tapping out left and right. The departure raises some big questions. Is the company in trouble? Are sales not hitting projections? Is there an internal power struggle? Or is this just another case of someone realizing that maybe, just maybe, being yelled at by shareholders and Twitter critics every day isn't worth it? Either way, expect the stock price to take a roller coaster ride in the coming days, while the internet throws out wild theories about why the CEO really stepped down. And in the meantime, whoever steps into the role next better be ready for an all-electric baptism by fire. Remember when the UK was supposed to be leading the EV revolution? Yeah, about that. Mini just announced that it's delaying EV production in its home country. And the reason? Industry uncertainties, which is just corporate speak for we have no idea what's going on either. The decision is a gut punch for those who saw the UK as a future EV powerhouse. After all, Mini is an iconic British brand, despite being owned by BMW, and having their electric lineup produced in the UK was supposed to be a sign of national pride. But between fluctuating government policies, economic turmoil, and Brexit still throwing curveballs, it seems like Mini is opting for a wait-and-see approach, rather than diving headfirst into a potentially unstable manufacturing situation. The delay means that UK-based production workers who are banking on EV jobs might have to keep waiting, and for customers eagerly anticipating the next-gen electric Minis, well, patience is a virtue, or, just buy a Tesla while you wait. It wouldn't be a proper send-off without a special edition, would it? Alpine has confirmed that the A110 is entering its final year of production, and to mark the occasion, they're rolling out the A110 R70 Special Edition, because nothing says, we're done, quite like slapping a badge on a car and charging extra for it. The A110 has long been a favorite among enthusiasts who actually enjoy driving. Lightweight, mid-engine, sharp handling, and refreshingly free of gimmicks. It was Alpine's way of proving that fun doesn't always have to come with absurd horsepower figures or a million digital screens. But alas, all good things must come to an end. And the A110 is getting ready for its final lap. What's next for Alpine? A full electric replacement is likely on the horizon, which means the A110 will join the long list of beloved gas-powered sports cars heading to the great Automotive museum in the sky. So if you've ever wanted one, now's the time to act, because once the last A110 rolls off the line, it's gone for good. Or at least until Alpine decides to resurrect it as an overpriced EV in 2035. Just when you thought European cars were already expensive enough, former President Trump is reportedly planning to slap a 25% tariff on EU imports. That means if you were eyeing a new Porsche, BMW, or Audi, prepare for your wallet to take a serious hit. The idea, to protect American jobs by making foreign cars more expensive, theoretically pushing buyers toward US-made vehicles. The reality, if you wanted a Mercedes AMG or a Ferrari, you weren't about to settle for a Ford Explorer instead. And here's the kicker, many European brands already build cars in the US, meaning this tariff will mostly punish people who want performance cars actually made in Europe. So let's do the math. A base Porsche 911 116K jumps to 145K, a BMW M3 76K hits 95K, and even a VW Golf R $46,000 soars to $58,000. That's before dealer markups, fees, and whatever nonsense gets tacked on for market adjustments. At the end of the day, this isn't about saving American jobs, it's just making sure your dream car stays exactly that, a dream. If this goes through, you might want to buy now before the government slaps another luxury tax on fun. The Cybertruck is already a rolling meme, but now it's also becoming a weapon of mass overreaction. Reports are rolling in that a Cybertruck driver allegedly attacked a teenager after the kid cut him off in traffic, because obviously the correct response to minor inconveniences is assault. Now, let's be real. The Cybertruck already looks like something out of Mad Max, so seeing one involved in an actual road rage incident just feels on brand. And let's not forget, Tesla trucks are massive, heavy, and futuristic looking enough to make any minor dispute feel like the prelude to an actual sci-fi battle. The irony here, the Cybertruck is supposed to be the future of driving, yet some of its drivers seem stuck in caveman mode. Moral of the story, if you see a Cybertruck in your rearview mirror, maybe just give it some space. You never know who's behind the wheel or what they're willing to do over a perceived traffic slight. Elon Musk has never been shy about his opinions, whether it's tweeting at 3 a.m., naming his child something that looks like a Wi-Fi password, or calling out government spending like a Reddit libertarian on steroids. He loves to let the world know exactly what he thinks. One of his favorite talking points, the idea that government subsidies and handouts are bad and that taxpayer money should be spent responsibly. If you followed Musk for even 5 minutes, you've probably seen him criticize everything from federal grants to renewable energy incentives, all while positioning himself as a self-made entrepreneur who pulled himself up by his bootstraps, which is why the latest revelation that Tesla and SpaceX have received a combined $40 billion in government funding is, well, awkward. Yep, you read that right. $40 billion with a B. That's not pocket change. That's enough money to buy every single person in America a brand new iPhone. And yet, the man who constantly gripes about government waste seems to have no problem cashing those government checks when they're addressed to him. So, where did this money come from? Well, it's a mix of federal loans, tax breaks, and subsidies that have helped Tesla grow into the behemoth it is today. Some of it came from the Department of Energy's loan program, which helped Tesla survive its early struggles, and the rest has come in the form of state and federal incentives designed to promote EV adoption. SpaceX, meanwhile, has secured billions in government contracts because, let's face it, launching rockets isn't exactly cheap, and NASA wasn't about to let Jeff Bezos have all the fun. Now, here's the kicker. Musk isn't wrong when he says government spending can be wasteful. But when you personally benefited from $40 billion worth of that spending, maybe dial down the holier-than-thou routine, it's like a billionaire complaining about how expensive real estate is while sitting in a penthouse suite they bought at a discount. Sure, you can do it, but don't expect anyone to take you seriously. And let's be real, this probably won't change anything. Musk will keep dunking on the government, Tesla and SpaceX will keep getting financial incentives, and his army of online defenders will keep telling people that he's a genius who doesn't need government help, even as the receipts say otherwise. At the end of the day, it's just another reminder that in the world of business, the rules don't always apply to everyone equally. Musk plays the game better than most, and if that means taking billions from the very system he criticizes, then hey, why not? And that wraps up another wild ride on Friends with Benefits Car Club. If you made it this far, congrats. You survived another round of automotive chaos, whether it's Mercedes clinging to big engines, Trump making imports more expensive, or Musk cashing in on government money while complaining about it. One thing's for sure, the car world never runs out of drama. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. We can take it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Which story shocked you the most? And if you want to catch up on previous episodes, I'll leave them up on the screen for you. Seriously, thank you for watching to the end. It means the world to us. Whether you're here for the laughs, the news, or just to hang out, you're part of the Friends with Benefits family. As always, thanks for joining us on this ride. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep driving, and remember, if the car you're driving doesn't make you feel like a superhero, you're driving the wrong one. Friends with Benefits, driving off.